Go up in smoke. Pot plants from the largest marijuana field ever discovered in Chicago. As you saw first on WGN last night, a story about thousands of plants in a crop the size of 2 football fields. Now police are talking about the scope of their bust. WGN's Julie Unruh, who broke it last night, is at 107th and Stony Island with the latest. Julie.
Hi, Mark. Early estimates last night had this crop valued at $1 million. Well, today police say while this may not be the highest quality cannabis they've ever seen, it is likely worth something closer to $7, maybe $10 million in all. And while everyone's having a pretty good giggle at this unlikely discovery in our area, the Chicago police superintendent says the end result in this case affects everyone and is far more serious.
Whoever harvests this marijuana is obviously running a large-scale operation, and at the same time, the profits from that will be used to purchase firearms, and that's where the violence comes in.
The superintendent himself talking about Chicago's biggest open-air marijuana drug bust ever. The crop, 2 football fields wide, was nestled inside this wetland between 105th and 108th Street near Stony Island. It wasn't visible from the ground. A police chopper unit was on a routine flight yesterday when it spotted a path, then a few familiar plants below.
We had the right altitude, the right angle, the right sunlight. I told Stan, turn around, let's go check this out, make sure we have what we have here. As we descended and the clearing opened up a little bit for us on the other side of the north side of the field, that's when we saw, at the time, maybe 100 plants.
It ended up being closer to 1,000 plants, deliberately placed in the ground, row after row. Estimates, they were between 4 and 10 feet tall, as big as Christmas trees, said the lieutenant, who was one of the first on the scene yesterday. Also inside this illegal grow, an abandoned camp, a tent of sorts, food, no weapons, and no sign of any criminals.
It's kind of hard to see because it's extremely thick. It's like walking through the jungle back in there.
That was earlier, before streets and sanitation workers arrived with their bulldozers and their dump trucks early this morning. The goal, to cut down the dense crop and to haul it away for a controlled burn at an undisclosed location. It was a big job. It was, after all, a big field, filled with lots of marijuana ready for harvest, just blocks from a police auto pound, a busy rail yard, and the Bishop Ford.
You know, spending that much time and effort setting up an operation like this in a place like Chicago, it is brazen.
Now this was, without a doubt, a very big haul. It was a big business for someone. And if you take a look behind me, you can see the area is clear now, but while the person or persons behind this is clearly out of business, the investigation continues because no one's in custody. We're live on the far south side. Julie Unruh, WGN News.
Okay.